Uh, all right. Quickly coming to the end of the show, I think I've almost gotten to all the topics, but lastly, the commissioner's report for the National Citizens Inquiry um, was just published this week. It's available now. For those of you who don't know, although we did cover it quite intensely here at Rebel News, the National Citizens Inquiry was a citizen-led inquisition into the government's over response to COVID-19. And this was done because we could not trust the government to examine their own actions responsibly and then decide what they should do differently. We saw how Justin Trudeau investigates himself. He appoints a family friend, David Johnston, to investigate and find that there was actually no need for investigation. So citizens took this upon themselves, and they heard from over 300 witnesses who told them what it was like during the COVID-19 crisis. And I say crisis, but I mean the crisis of civil liberties. And some of these people were doctors. Some of these people were people who were damaged by the vaccine they were forced to take to inoculate themselves against unemployment. Some of these people were business owners. Some of these people were activists who were arrested. And so that's out this week. And my friend Tamara Ugolini, she did an incredible report examining it. You can download the report at the nationalcitizensinquiry.ca. And maybe let's just take a quick little look at it if we could bring it up. I know you had it on the screen there. You just look at the executive summary. By the way, do you think anybody in the federal government is going to ever read this? Do you think, for example, here in Alberta, you think Jason Kenney is going to read this? I don't think so. But let's just take a look at perhaps the executive summary. Thank you very much. I'm just getting to it on my screen here. Yikes. Sorry, guys. Yikes. Okay. So, given the enormity of these mandates and the resultant consequences, these circumstances demanded a comprehensive, transparent, and objective national inquiry into the appropriateness and efficacy of these interventions to determine what lessons can be learned for the future. No Canadian government has shown an appetite for fulsome review of the measures it implemented. It also questioned whether municipal, federal, and provincial governments would or could conduct a fair and unbiased review simply because of their own actions and responses to COVID-19, which should be under investigation. What's important here is that that there's an official accounting of what happened to this country. I don't think any politicians are going to read this and adopt it, except perhaps Alberta and Saskatchewan, who have shown, and perhaps New Brunswick, although I'm not sure. They were pretty hard on COVID. Just ask Pastor Phil Hutchins. But I think that most politicians are not going to read this. And I think they just want this all to be put behind us. But I think that it is important that there is an official record of what happened to Canadians, that these witnesses were heard, and that future generations can look back on this. Until such time as Justin Trudeau scrubs the internet forever, this will exist as a historical encyclopedia of all the terrible, dark things the government did to us in the name of public health. And I hope that website, nationalcitizensinquiry.ca, lives forever, because some of those testimonies were just absolutely heart-wrenching. And I hope one day some of the politicians involved bring themselves to listen to the damage that they did and do some soul searching. But if you're the kind of person who would do these things to people, I can't imagine that you do that.